All right, guys. Good evening, all. And what is going on, as always? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for yet another special live stream. Man, again, as I keep saying, every night I've been doing so many of these, but we have two left, this one and the one tomorrow. Well, I do want to apologize, though, for those of you who did not get the memo. Tonight on Daniel Guys' channel was supposed to be our end of the year in review awards video for WWE. Unfortunately, though, due to a Dan feeling a little under the weather today, and he didn't want to sound crappy over the microphone, which I don't blame you, Dan. It has been postponed. We're looking at myself, Dan, Robbie, and I. Well, Dan, Robbie, and I think Dan mentioned we were looking at maybe doing it sometime Wednesday night, maybe, to make up for it. But I'll keep you guys posted as to when that'll be. But that has been postponed until, we're able to do it again, pretty much. So I apologize about that. But I took some extra time to put a little bit more thought into the stream I wanted to do tonight. And so what I'm doing, you see in the title, is my WWE 2009 bold predictions. That's right. We're going to be talking about the future. We always say then, now, forever. 2018 is almost in the past. The dreadful 2018 is in the past. The present, we still got Monday Night Raw left to get through. But we're going to review Monday Night Raw after 2019 begins. Because after, the New Year's celebration is over, I'll be up here to catch the highlights and for Raw and review that tomorrow night. Well, not really tomorrow night, but if you want to say Tuesday morning, technically, because we will be in 2019 by then. And I completely lost my train of thought. I am sorry, guys. By the way, also, before I get my train of thought about Club stuff, in case you haven't noticed on my tree here, which, by the way, I will include the tree in tonight's stream, the Raw review. Well, I streams do tomorrow and Tuesday. After Tuesday, the tree will not be in view. It's just, to me, that'll be, towards the end of the holiday for me. Well, again, we're taking down our tree probably next Monday. After that things pass by then. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't noticed on my tree, I have a new ornament up. I got this penguin that has an AJ Styles Phenomenal One symbol on. I got it for Christmas this year, so I had to add it to my tree. I don't want to say it before. Okay, so we talked about the past. I talked about the present, what's going to be happening now. But now let's talk about the future for WWE. 2019. What will 2019 hold after quite an insane year it's been for WWE this year? We've had, some pretty terrible booking on Raw. SmackDown got back on track. I would say against SmackDown was as good as it was in 2016 to, pre-WrestleMania 33, but I still think, it did the right thing. It told stories. It made things interesting. Wasn't like, the greatest, but it was still, bearable to watch, and you were able to follow along with it. We got the beginning of NXT UK. It's off to a solid start again. 205 Live had, a breakout year, the most improved brand of the year by far, in my opinion. And NXT is having a legendary year. It did. But now, of course, we're going to look towards 2019. What do I want to see in 2019? Well, I broke down, several, things to talk about here. There's going to be no, top 10 lists or anything like that. Just mainly, I'll share a few feuds I'm hoping to get. I have a couple matches for WrestleMania I'm going to share now. I think we can see at WrestleMania happening this year. I have a couple, people I think could turn babyface this year, who could turn heel this year. Again, in no particular order, but just some possibilities where it could be, now or by December 31st, 2019. Which do not rush that, because if it gets to 2020 already, Lord bless my soul, because that's the generation I turned 30, and I don't want to turn 30 yet. I mean, I'm only 25, guys. I'm only halfway through my 20s. I'm still trying to get my life together here, so let's not rush that by any chance. I still want to be able to, be the goofy guy wearing this thing just for the heck of it, and even the bunny suit, but, So, But yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Of course, some people will talk about some of the superstar shakeup. Some people like maybe see as being champion, and just a lot of other things. Again, it's not going to be in no particular order, but I'm going to mention just some things I would like to see happen in 2019. So I don't know how long this stream is going to be, but we're going to have a blast. And of course, tomorrow we will wrap it all up with my end of the year Q&A / 1,000 subscribers celebration, and also the channel wrap up. We recap what's all happened with the channel this year, and then where we're going to go from there. And even, maybe I'll share a few of my little, plans for 2019 as well. But of course, guys, as always, let's check the live chat, see who we've got here tonight. Let's see here. What's up, Tia Couponer? Thank you for joining me. Thanks, same with you, Lauren. Lauren says she has so many questions for this review. Definitely, I will look forward to hearing that. Can I join your Wednesday chat? Again, if you're able to do so, of course. I'll leave the link on my Twitter and whatnot. But once again, guys, whenever we do make up, we do make it up the year in review awards video for sure on Wednesday. I'll let you guys keep updated when we make it up. Again, I apologize, we couldn't do it tonight, and Dan was sick, so we'll make it up Wednesday. Probably. She gets off work at 4:15. Again, the earliest that I'll probably be able to do it Wednesday is 6. But again, that's going to be on Dan's channel, not mine. What's up, Mark? Thanks for joining us. Feeling better today. Had stomach virus Christmas Eve. Hope Daniel gets better soon. Yeah, for sure. He had like a fever, like a stomach bug as well. So hopefully he'll get better. But yeah, thank you for joining us as well, Mark. Yeah, I hope everybody's okay as well. Dream matches for 2019. I will, talk about a few of those definitely happening. Call-ups we'll be talking about as well. Glad you feel better. Any new pay-per-views added? Ooh, that's actually a good one. I didn't really think of having pay-per-views added. Well, I think we could take a couple out. Fastlane, for instance. I don't want to. Fastlane is happening in March, despite we're getting the Elimination Chamber in February. So we're having Fastlane in March, which is going to be completely pointless and just not worth it at all whatsoever. Gets Backlash, Money in the Bank, Extreme Rules I'm fine with. SummerSlam. I'm hoping we still do Evolution again. We're getting our first NXT UK pay-per-view also next month on the 12th, which I look forward to see what that presents to me. The takeover pay-per-views, all the takeovers should be good as well. Hopefully, Survivor Series won't be Raw versus SmackDown again in 2019. Again, something different, because apparently it wasn't going to be Raw versus SmackDown until Roman Reigns got sick with with leukemia. So one person has to affect a whole gimmick of a pay-per-view. Come on, really. But yeah, the only pay-per-view I gotta say I would really like to be removed is Fastlane, because that pay-per-view is just pointless. But yeah, so that's I gotta say so far as like pay-per-views. That's not a bad question. I wish we would have thought about that a little more. But yeah, I hope we were all feeling better, because again, I was running quite a bit of a cold the other day, but I'm feeling a lot better now. Always happens right after Christmas for some reason. I don't know what is up with that. Who's going to win a championship in 2019? I'll talk about that. Anyone who's read spoilers for SmackDown Raw, please don't give them away for sure. Turns in 2019. We'll talk about that as well. Will Raw be watchable? I don't know. Of course, what I'm worried about, of course, when the Superstar shakeup happened in 2017, SmackDown got some good names and some people, who could benefit from being on SmackDown. But of course, who's in charge of the show? So hopefully, Raw will get better, but they don't try to screw around creative as well. Because, once again, SmackDown is going to Fox in October. So if they really want to hold that money, if they're really going to screw up SmackDown, who knows? Will the McMahons keep their word and listen to everyone this time around? I don't think so. I doubt they're going to listen to us at all, but that's not going to be the basis. What's up, Larry? Saying thanks for letting me know about the stream stuff. As I said, don't know if I'm able to watch it live. Have a great night. No worries, man. TN Coupon. Whoa, you turned 40 years old in 2019. Dude, you're an old man. just kidding, man. Don't worry. But thank you for, of course, I turned 30 in 2023, that is, which again is still scary for me to say. Oh my God, I don't want to be that old yet. Again, I don't have my life together yet, guys. Let's not rush. Make that there. I think they're giving Mustafa Ali a little too much of a push, to be honest. Yeah, he was great in 205 Live, but it's too soon, to be honest. again, I do agree. Again, I love Ali, but again, I don't. It looks like he's already starting to get into the main event scene on SmackDown, which he's great, but again, I do feel it's a teeny weeny bit too soon. I gotta say. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. As I'm still seeing maybe him and Bryan at the Rumble. If it does happen, I don't see Ali winning the match. But like one of those matches where it's like he has like a very respectable match that like gives fans that haven't really seen much on 205 Live the respect. But yeah, I do agree it's a little too quick of a push. Superstar shakeup ending? Probably not. How was everyone's holidays? Mine was good. Any plans for New Year's, guys? Yeah, my holidays were good. New Year's, just gonna stay home, play some games with my parents, drink some wine, shout Happy New Year, come up here, and then talk about the highlights for Raw, and then be on my merry way with 2019. I'm ready to turn the page. Turn the page for 2019 and see what 2019 holds. So 2018 had its ups and downs for me, but it wasn't completely awful. But I think I'm ready for a fresh start. So the new year will be awesome. Let's see here. AJ Styles going to Raw, Seth Rollins going to SmackDown, Marcus saying, which is not a bad idea, but I'll get into, my predictions for the Superstar Shakeup, of course, as I said before. Who'll break Flair's record? Honestly, if John Cena doesn't, it'll probably be Charlotte breaking her own daddy's record someday. But I didn't put down anything big for Charlotte other than the fact that, the WrestleMania match she's probably going to have at WrestleMania, of course, is pretty obvious. Styles versus Orton for the title at WrestleMania. I do think we're going to get Styles and Orton at WrestleMania, but I don't think it's going to be for the title, though, in my opinion. I don't think it will be, in my opinion. They'll have to catch the replay. No worries, TN Couponer. Again, it's not for sure we're going to be doing it Wednesday, but that's the date Dan suggested. We'll see. Ember Moon goes to SmackDown. Becky Lynch comes to Raw, which would not be a bad idea, actually. Hope they don't do Styles versus Bryan again at the Rumble. I mean, again, they didn't have a bad match. They've had pretty good matches, but I do agree, just Styles and Bryan again, might feel a little strange. Releases, we're talking about those gimmick matches and gimmick personalities coming back. Man, I didn't even think of that one. Might not talk about that, but that's not a bad idea either. Will WWE get edgier? I doubt it. I wish they would, but I doubt they're going to do that. Indies wrestlers coming to WWE. Hopefully we'll get some. Will SmackDown finally be triumphant over Raw, which I hope. Omega to WWE next year. I wish, but I still heard rumors he doesn't really want to go to WWE, which if he doesn't, I don't blame him. I have all respect for him for that. I will mention a couple returns we're going to get. Punk returning, still don't think so. Can WWE at least have a credible champion? We may, who knows. 5 stars who need to stay heel and 5 stars who need to stay face. Yeah, I was trying to think who needs to stay. Well, okay, we'll talk about more so turns stuff in a little bit. They could send Becky and Charlotte to Raw before Mania, which is possible. Did you hear WWE is hiring new writers? No, I did not. But once again, guys, get it trending. Hashtag please sign Robbie. Robbie, if you're listening to me, my friend, we got to get you in there, man. We're still doing everything we can to get you in there, pal. But it'll happen. I wish Triple H would take over next year. I have a few releases. Lauren turns 30 in 2021. You're old. Just kidding. No one's old like my mother. Right, Bob? Well, she's not in the room or anything, but I always make fun of her for that. Couple retirements. Have been at my job over 13 years at the factory. Nice. It's a lot of dedication there, my friend. Who'll go part-time WWE next year? Never really think who will go part-time or anything. Never really think of that. But I don't know. I'd say maybe Randy might start slowing down, might slow down his schedule a little bit. Maybe him going part-time. I don't see him leaving, but I think he might, just start slowing down a little bit. Who knows? Maybe AJ Styles could start might start slowing down a little bit as well. Cena has been probably Matt Hardy is already slowing down. I'd say he probably might be retiring. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Hardy does also, but of course we'll get to that. We'll get to releases. Superstars being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'd like to say The Undertaker, but I don't think it's going to happen this year, maybe in 2020. Again, I have heard rumors of The Rock being put into the Hall of Fame. Not sure that's the case, but other than that, maybe China. Nice to see if they put Owen Hart in there also. Just a couple to already mention I gotta throw out there. Let's see. How will the shakeup work if the McMahons are in charge? I have no idea, actually, but that is a good point. What will Paige's and Alexa's roles be? I mean, I'm pretty sure, Alexa's still going to have like well, then again, because the McMahons took over, but, hopefully maybe Alexa will be able to get back into the ring in the next few months. I've heard rumors she's been showing some progress, but, it might take a while. Paige, not sure what the heck they're going to do with her, so who knows what will happen, but Paige better stick around for sure. Mickey getting a push. Maybe wouldn't be a bad idea to give Mickey a push. Finn, I have an idea for Finn. Sasha, possibly. First women's tag champs. I gotta say it's probably gonna be Sasha and Bayley, but I don't think the reign's gonna last too long, in my opinion, because of what I feel it's time that we put Bayley and Sasha on separate brands for once. Of course, I'll get to that later on. Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion. Maybe, not sure, but it has to happen. Heel or face superstars, which do you prefer? I mean, again, I, see myself in a lot of babyface superstars that have been babyface for the roles they've been in. But again, the heel superstars have seemed to, I used to talk about how many times they've seemed to be able to be booked better, to be able to, excel better, and, just it will bring more interesting, something interesting to the plate, I gotta say. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. I actually do not know who to pick for it, and I, honest to God, really do not care because, unless they want to, give it to Lars Sullivan to win that, just so if they really are going to give him a monster push, to give him something to rub on, make that battle royal feel like it means something for once, because it barely ever does. I'd like to see Ali versus Styles versus Bryan at the Rumble. Triple threat wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe if they do that, it would kind of feel like how it felt with Lesnar, Cena, and Rollins at Rumble 2015. Who knows? But that's not a bad idea. TV14 wouldn't be a bad idea. Cody Rhodes returning. I don't see Cody Rhodes returning this year because he's focusing on AEW, and he apparently recently turned down like a 6 or 7 figure offer from the WWE. So I wouldn't say Cody's returning this year. I don't see it happening. AJ Lee returning. Not sure. Tyron's talking about a few. Hatchet Police and Robbie. Hall of Fame ballots so far. Talking about a little bit. Hope that Owen Hart gets in. I agree as well. Taker's final match at WrestleMania 35. I think this year's gonna be it for Taker. It has to be it. What else can the guy do again? Love the guy. All respect for him. Just got a T-shirt from him in case if you did not see it. It's on my bed right now. Hang on. In case if you didn't see it. Here it is. Gone. Got for Christmas. Well, I got that and a Braun Strowman T-shirt, but I don't have that on right now. I gotta wear that one still. I don't know, maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah. But okay, let's see what else we got here in the Hall. In the Hall of Fame. Well, the Chat Hall of Fame. We're gonna put it that way. You guys are awesome. Hopefully we'll finally get in Bray Wyatt. Yeah. The Rock's not retired though. I know he's not, but I mean, Kurt Angle's not retired, but he got into the Hall of Fame. So, it still could happen for The Rock. China and Owen and Christian and Molina and Tori and Lillian and Paige deserve a Hall of Fame spot. Those aren't bad ideas. Paige being a manager wouldn't be a bad idea. Will Punk ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame? If he makes amends, I say he's got a shot. But if he doesn't make amends to WWE, I doubt they're going to give him the honor. But it would be awesome to see him do that. Would you rather have Bayley and Sasha as heels or faces? I mean, again, I'm never against, taking a gamble with Bayley as a heel. As a team, I feel like they're meant to be faces, but again, I feel like it's not going to last long. Sasha Banks to me is more meant to be a heel. I mean, again, Bayley as a heel, I'm open to giving it a try, but I feel like, when she's booked right, she is, the perfect baby face. Just watch her role in NXT, but again, I keep saying Sasha should be a heel, but I don't see it happening now in 2019. Says the next Universal Champion, maybe. Who's going to turn heel and who's going to turn face? We will talk about that. Brock leaving WWE for good? I hope so. Best psychotic gimmick ever. Oh my goodness. Like, who on earth do I even give it to? I mean, Daniel Bryan's killing it right now in the role he has. Tommaso Ciampa's done awesome. When Bray Wyatt was winning matches, I got to give him the credit. Randy Orton, in 2009 especially, I felt, had it going great for him. I don't know. There's several. There's a couple of them, but those aren't too bad. Um, Top 5 picks for Rumble participants. Well, I mean, you're probably gonna get McIntyre, Rollins, Balor, McIntyre, Rollins, Balor. I'd like to see Cedric Alexander be in a Royal Rumble match. And who? Well, that's mostly about Raw, SmackDown. I mean, want to see Joe in the match. Shoot, Mysterio probably, Orton probably gonna be in there. Just a few of them, I guess. Got a name. Top 5 stars who should main event Mania. Man, well, we can either have the main event of Mania. I'm still gonna go with is a triple threat with Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky. We could get Lesnar and Rollins. We could get McIntyre and Lesnar. We could get McIntyre and Strowman. We could get like Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels. Maybe Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor. If Finn would win the Rumble and he would challenge Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. This is a long shot, but Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. If Cesaro, turns face and wins the Rumble, I mean, that's a long shot prediction there, but would be pretty cool. Just saying. AJ versus Steph. You mean AJ Lee versus Stephanie McMahon needs to happen. I agree. Kane retires. I think so. HBK, one more match is possible. Will Braun leave WWE? I don't think Braun's going to leave WWE. In my opinion. I don't think he is going to, but I don't see him unless he beats Brock for the Universal title. I don't see him playing a big role this year. Cody Young Bucks have the owner of Jacksonville NFL team back them for a new wrestling company. Nice. We are all in the chat Hall of Fame for sure. Benoit will never be mentioned in WWE again. It's sad because he was talented, he was great, but what he did was awful for sure. I mean, in his in-ring talent, yes, but what he did, what happened with the end, I'm kind of not sure if he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But Tiki Bar thinks so. Anyone surpass Paige or Orton's youngest champions in history? Well, we got that this year with Nicholas Cone. Yeah. Legacy versus Wyatts. Wouldn't be bad, but again, I don't want to see the Wyatts get back together because once again, how many times have they done that? Yeah, I forgot about Nicholas. Evolution and Undisputed Era. That'd be actually a pretty good feud there. I love like that. Would you like to see Orton versus Cena in a retirement match at WrestleMania 2020? I'm still not too crazy about an Orton and Cena match. We've seen it how many times? I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens there, but not too sure. Taker versus Cena in a career versus career match at Mania. I don't think I need to see Taker and Cena again. Just my opinion, but not sure. Would you love to see Orton as a face and Cena as a heel in a match? That actually would be kind of interesting. Like, the roles reversed. I would want to see that. But it's just, face Cena and heel Orton again. Again, we've seen it how many times? Ah, man. This is my opinion. Best faction leaders. Best faction leaders. I mean, Adam Cole for sure. Triple H, gotta say. Well, of all time, I gotta say. Braun Strowman led a faction this year, but it was weird. Worst one, no offense, Sheamus leading the League of Nations. Don't remind me about that. No worries about the chat, guys. We should let Mike get started on his stream. That's all right, guys. All right, so let's see what we got here up on the list first. Let me see here the couple things that I have actually thinking about more. Let's see here. Maybe we should start looking at my list of things happening here. Let's start off here by just talking about some face or heel turns I think that are going to happen this year. Now, again, I'm not going to go like too far in depth, I'd say, with it. I'm going to talk like as much as I would before, but I'm going to just mention a few names here that I could see turning face or turning heel this year. For face turns, again, no particular order. If Alexa Bliss is cleared to wrestle, I feel she should, some point this year turn face. I know again in the ring, she's not really that great. I mean, I think the problem might be, is because she was good in NXT, but I think the problem is was again, her concussions. They might be telling her, ease back or something that was just kind of, hurting her performance in the ring somewhat. Her microphone skills though are great. I mean, I definitely love her microphone skills for sure. But I feel like if she ever does wrestle again, at some point I feel this year she's going to have to turn face because I just feel like her heel character is starting to reach the end of its mileage right now. I mean, she could eventually be a heel again because she definitely when given the right material to work with can be a great heel. But I feel just to freshen her up, have her turn face. Bianca Belair, I'm starting to wonder maybe they should turn her face. I mean, I feel like though that anyone who would probably dethrone her eventually, like Io Shirai or Mia Yim, or even like Candice LeRae, maybe those people are people who are wanting to get other opportunities for the NXT Women's Championship. Because there's no doubt about it. At some point in 2019, Bianca Belair is going to be NXT Women's Champion. I wouldn't say a takeover of Phoenix, though. I know she's going to be facing Shayna Baszler. Right now, I mean, they could make it a triple threat and Kairi Sane get back involved because she does have some unfinished business with Shayna Baszler and the Horsewoman pretty much since, they've been interfering with her in her past couple matches and screwing her out. So I feel like, they may make it a triple threat just to, give Bianca Belair a nod. But again, I still feel like they could do just a little bit more with her character first before giving her the belt. But I kind of want to know, if, since she's just, just being a cocky heel, just winning matches, but not really pulling off, a lot of, physical heel tactics pretty much. So I'm wondering if they do keep it just Bianca and Shayna, if they'll, just kind of make Bianca more of a babyface. If they do, again, I don't see it lasting too long because, I do feel, she's going to drop that title to probably either like, Io Shirai again, or even like Candice LeRae. But we'll see what happens. But so I say Bianca Belair could maybe pull off a face turn. Buddy Murphy is also someone I can see pulling off a face turn because I feel like that he's done like the right job as a heel, where it's like, yeah, he's arrogant and whatnot. He's done heel tactics, but knock on wood, he has not really been booked as a coward. And I feel like that, with the talent that he has possessed this year, the story that he has behind him with, having to not getting much opportunities in his first 5 years and having to work, extra harder to, keep his weight down while participating in the cruiserweight division. I feel like, eventually he is like, going to get that respect that he can definitely pull off a babyface run. Even like, if he feuds like, Tony Nese or Leo Rush for the cruiserweight championship, I feel like he'd be the babyface. If the bar would happen to split sometime in 2019 again, I think Cesaro should be the babyface. Just hoping to still see that, big main event push from it, but still may not happen. But that's just a long shot. Now, this one's going to sound stupid, but I'm wondering if at some point, since both Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are on Raw, if they would actually consider trying to give them a run as a tag team. Not saying they have to win the tag titles, but if they become a tag team, Hawkins could turn face, or Ryder can turn heel. But I mean, I feel like it would be more working better for like a baby face because I'm sure at some point if they build it up right, which they probably won't because it's on Raw. I'm pretty sure they're going to get the sympathy for Hawkins, hopefully to see him finally become what am I trying to say here? Trying to say, become, just like, just like an underdog tag team or something like that. Who knows? If not, then I gotta say maybe they might release Hawkins or Ryder in 2018. Is again 2019 is what have they done? What are they doing? They're paying Kurt Hawkins to lose, and this losing streak is getting old. They teased a few times like, oh, maybe this will be the night, but then it flubs. But again, who cares? But if it happens, maybe it'll be something. I mean, they gave the B team around the Raw tag titles, but that's saying a lot because the Raw tag title division absolutely just sucks. But yes, Kurt Hawkins. Now, I know you guys all might hate me for saying this, but I still feel not anytime soon, because there's one feud I do want to see on SmackDown this year. But I feel by the end of 2019, I think Daniel Bryan will be a babyface again. Because, this heel role he's in, he's doing awesome with it. But again, Daniel Bryan is a charismatic guy, and I feel like he is able to easily get the crowd behind something. And I feel he's going to be super over again. Towards the end of 2019 with this new heel character that he's going to be able to transition into a babyface character by the end of 20. I feel like Survivor Series, even TLC, in December, we could see Daniel Bryan pull off a face turn again. But that's just my opinion. But if he's still a heel and still working, awesome. But I think by the end of the year, we could see Daniel Bryan reverting back to a babyface character. Just my opinion. Another one. Now, actually, here's my thing. I'm going to say, the Riot Squad has to split up soon. Has to do it soon. And obviously, the first thing I say is turn Ruby Riott face. I feel like again, she was a great baby face in NXT. I feel like she could be the one who's definitely like she's probably getting to a point where the crowd wants to see her succeed. So it's like of the three of them, Ruby has the best chance of having the most success. And that's why I'm going to say Ruby Riott is going to turn face and bring up the Riot Squad and go to SmackDown. However, I feel like Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan will still be together, but at some point I feel like they're going to split them up as well. So, but if anything, I feel like Liv Morgan will probably be the better babyface than Sarah Logan. So I gotta say, Liv Morgan would turn babyface sometime in 2019, with of course Ruby Riott doing it first, going on to bigger and better things. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, not sure if we're gonna really get much at all. Once the Riot Squad does split, but we'll see what happens. But I'd say Liv could turn face. Same with Ruby. Sami Zayn. I feel here's the thing. When Sami Zayn comes back, which could be around WrestleMania, because I've heard rumors that him and Owens may be involved in something big for WrestleMania 35. If not, then he'll be back probably the Raw after WrestleMania. But I feel like it's time that we just put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens on separate brands. And let them go their separate ways for a while. I mean, yes, they've had their good matches, but they've had a lot of matches against each other. Them being a tag team together was a fun act, but then especially with one, how Sammy was booked right before he left due to his injury. That was awful. And then, with the way Owens is, Owens, I felt the alliance had run its mileage at times, and I feel like they've been latched on each other too long. So, which is why I feel it might be time for things to change up a little bit. So it might be time for Sammy to just become a baby face again, and just be what he was before, and maybe go to SmackDown again. Maybe he could get a run with a mid-card title there, and hopefully build up to be in the main event scene. So I'm not going to say all these people should be champion this year, but I'd say Sami Zayn, and of course finally the Velveteen Dream, who's kind of already been leaning more towards a face, more of a babyface character recently, but I think he'll more so solidify it in 2019 and be a main roster call-up as well. And I will try to mention which brand I think each of the call-ups will go to. Of course, I'll do that after I do the Superstar Shakeup predictions. But there's that. For heels, an idea I have is Apollo Crews becoming a heel. Again, I love Apollo Crews in NXT. His main roster run has been flat as hell. I still keep having that hope that someday he will get that push he deserves. But I feel it could be time to keep saying they invested maybe trying him out as a heel because he has the wrestling ability, but as I've always said, the character just is not there at all. He just comes out and he smiles too much. But again, they brought him up way too early. Again, I don't know if that's Triple H saying that he felt that Apollo Crews was meant more for the main roster and not as much for NXT, but at this point, it looks like that it just did not work out, and it's a shame. But I feel Apollo Crews could maybe benefit from trying a heel turn. We'll see, though. Big E, I know a lot of people keep saying they want to see the New Day split. I mean, they could maybe see Big E break away from the New Day, and New Day can still have Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods be somewhat of a team together, or if they want to keep together, Kofi go on another big card push, Xavier Woods maybe 205 Live, maybe, who knows? But I feel like if anybody's going to split up New Day and go on a serious singles run, it's Big E. As I keep saying, he has a lot of singles potential in him. So I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe go turn heel, and that's what's going to break up New Day. They've been together now since 20 2015, end of 2014, end of 2014, actually, they've been together. So it's been a long time. So might be time to take a break from New Day for a while. Of course, the person that I feel desperately needs that heel turn, even though it might be too late to save him, though, is Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is now the #1 person I feel needs a turn, big time. Whether if it's, he makes a heel turn for anyone, Bobby Roode needs that turn. Oh, again, he hit flat rock bottom this year. Yeah, he's Raw Tag Team Champions now with Chad Gable, but it just does not feel special anymore. It really doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel special anymore. Like even him being champion doesn't even feel great at all. And I don't know if him turning on Chad Gable and being with him is going to help him at all, because it was how bad they booked both of them this year for sure. But it's still worth a shot, because that's the role he excels at a lot more. So I'm hoping Bobby Roode can maybe pull off a heel turn at some point in 2019. What I would say should happen is Gable and Roode should, feud with the Revival, or who knows who else they're going to feud. Maybe Authors of Pain again, another match with them, or who knows. And then maybe a Backlash, or like the first pay-per-view, or even like the night after, WrestleMania. Well, they might be saying a little too far, but hold on to the titles till Undisputed Era is ready to come up, and they put the tag titles on Undisputed Era, and that's where Roode turns on Gable. And they go from there and have their match and whatnot. So maybe that could be a case there. But again, Bobby Roode, of all people, is the in most need of a heel turn, for sure. Let's see here. Who else? What else do we got here? Cedric Alexander. I feel like he's come to a point he could use a little bit of a character refresh. I mean, I think he's had a great run with a babyface. I feel like it's time for a little bit of a change. And what I want to see is some point this year, Cedric Alexander, who's done his business on 205 Live for now, he should go to SmackDown, and he should turn on Mustafa Ali. And they have a feud, like a pay-per-view feud, just the two of them one-on-one. Cedric saying, he was just, Ali got these opportunities before him, was way wide. They're pushing Ali in the main event scene already. Just to show off how good he could be. And Cedric gets jealous. And I was the cruiserweight champion. I was the one who carried that division for so long. But then you're the one who's getting all these opportunities first for me. So I can see that happening also in 2019. Let's see here. EC3. Now, EC3's been an all-right babyface, and apparently rumors have it that Edge thinks he's kind of like another Elias EC3, where, he's more meant for the main roster and not so much NXT, and he's supposed to be being called up soon, so we'll see what happens. But I still see more of a heel in him, in my opinion. I mean, he could maybe pull off a babyface run, but I still see him more as like a heel. So we'll see what they do with him when he comes up to the main roster. They have him a heel or a face, we'll see there, but I still say heel. Jason Jordan, if he's able to return to action, I think he should go heel. But however, at first I think they do it right away and have him turn heel and have a match with Kurt Angle. They're probably going to do a WrestleMania 34. But what I think should happen is after Bobby Roode turns on Chad Gable, they should briefly on Raw have an American Alpha reunion. American Alpha at one point this year get a run with the Raw tag titles. And when it ends, have Jordan turn on Gable, set up for a match at WrestleMania 36 between Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I want to see a match between those two. Like when booked right, those two can put on probably an amazing match, and I want to see it happen. I'm telling you, WWE, if you book these two up really good in 2019 and give them a run with the tag titles again, they tried so in 2017. Unfortunately, though, again, that run was kind of forgettable because that was the time where SmackDown, was good, but there was, they were barely giving them the tag title, the tag television any opportunities. I would say, if you can build those two a very great tag team, when that turn from Jason Jordan happens, I think you will hit it right out of the ballpark, I'd say. But I want to see, of course, that match as well. Oh, I'm assuming with Nikki Cross comes up, she's going to go to SmackDown, and she's going to be still sticking with her sanity buddies. So they'll probably make her a heel again. I'm sure she'll still be over either way, but I think she'll probably go heel. Pete Dunne, I'm sure, at some point this year, I'm still saying that at some point, maybe not the first UK takeover, because I think we're probably going to see Pete Dunne and Joe Coffey for the UK championship. I think the person that should dethrone Pete Dunne is Eddie Dennis. Maybe do that, whenever they do the second UK takeover pay-per-view they do. I'm going to say Eddie Dennis should dethrone Pete Dunne. But I feel Pete Dunne, by the end of this year, could be up on the main roster. But I feel like, again, he's only a babyface because he puts on good matches. As far as character-wise, he's definitely more of a heel. So I feel like he's going to turn heel again this year, I feel, because of the main roster, which could put him in prime position, especially if they put him on SmackDown. I think, that could be, a great opportunity for Pete Dunne. I already talked about Zack Ryder, but of course, someone who I think will turn heel, because I do think at some point this year we will get the 4 horsewoman versus 4 horsewoman match. I think Ronda Rousey will pull off a heel turn. And I think, the match at WrestleMania 35, we're probably going to get Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte in the triple threat will be the match to that will be the match to probably again, in my opinion, start the build. Not only hopefully give Becky Lynch a strong nod as I given her a big moment after the year the second half of 2018 she's had that's made her the man and the women's Stone Cold Steve Austin pretty much. I feel like that will give a WrestleMania moment for her, but also could also be the start of the build to the 4 horsewoman match, which I still think we will get at either SummerSlam, could be the main event of Evolution, or maybe we get at Survivor Series. Who knows? Of course, I still feel Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir need some time to build up. Also, I mean, they're probably going to be up also sometime soon because they're more so there just for that match. But I still think after seeing their first match, they could use a little bit of work at NXT still. So we'll see what happens when that gets there as well. But we will see the 4 horsewoman match definitely for sure. But that's pretty much all I have for turns right now. Let's check the live chat real quick and see what we got going here in the live chat. A lot of Lauren, which is very awesome as always. Let me see. We got a lot here. I think we're here. We have never seen heel Cena versus face Orton, though. Wish we did, but WWE were too stupid to pull the trigger. I mean, again, if they if they want to do roles reverse, I'd be willing to give it a try. DX or the Shield, DX or Evolution and Nexus or NWO. It's tough. I'd say DX over the Shield right now, Evolution over DX, NWO over the Nexus. Most underrated and overrated stars in history. Oh man, that's a lot to think about there on that one. Still say Cody Rhodes definitely underrated. Neville, overrated star, Vladimir Kozlov. I don't want to say Roman and John are completely overrated, but somewhat, but not that much. They've still been able to put on good performances. Maybe Brock. I don't know. I got to think about that one more. Most talented, man, that's a tough one. Probably Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. TQ, our favorite faction is the 4 Horsemen, big NWA or WCW fan, which is cool. Who is Alexa Bliss? Good question there, Larry. Stars who can't wrestle for shit. Oh gosh, there's a lot of them. Jinder Mahal, Nia Jax, Alicia Fox. I can go on and on of all time. Do you think Alexa Bliss could be a manager, which she can be? I'd say so. Best on the microphone of all time, The Rock. Best in the ring, Best in the ring. Who was I say best in the ring? Well, CM Punk for sure. Shawn Michaels. I'll say the best in the ring is still Shawn Michaels. Best couples. Oh boy. Well, there was Latino Heat. Of course, Stephanie and Triple H, but the fact that the couple, the on-screen couple can get on your skin, but they're still good together. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are still just perfect together in real life. I gotta say. Shoot, I mean, Edge and Vicky was a good act together, but like I said, there's a few good couples. Best heels, best faces. Well, best faces, in recent memory, when Daniel Bryan's face run was, of course, awesome. Johnny Gargano's face runs have been recently. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was kind of a tweener. The Rock had a good face run. CM Punk was white hot. Heels, Triple H for sure. Orton as a heel, yes. Tommaso Ciampa's heel run this year for sure. He'll run this year for sure. When Eddie Guerrero was a heel, he was good as well. Chris Jericho is a great heel. There's several other ones I could probably discuss there. She agrees with Alexa turning face. Brock Lesnar now suplex F5 suplex F5. Yeah, that's all he is. Face turn she's happening in 2019. Miz, which could happen. Alexa, possibly Becky. I think we're very close to. Orton, maybe. The Bar, possibly. The Revival wouldn't be a bad idea to try to face also. Will Kairi Sane be called this year? I have an idea for her, of course, is coming up. Undisputed Era versus the Forgotten Sons. Not a bad idea, I'd say. Heel turns, Cedric Alexander, Bobby Roode. Love to see Mysterio, but it won't happen. Maybe Cena, maybe Seth. Hopefully, if Roman, if he returns, and Big E or Kofi. I don't see Seth turning heel this year. I definitely don't see Roman or Cena turning. But Roode, yes. Cedric, I think, would be a good idea. Let's see here. Big E, yes. Kofi as a single star, I don't think he'd be a great. He'd be like as hot of a heel, but I think as in a faction, he'd be a good heel. Did you hear Ryder complain about not being Raw? On Raw, dude, you suck. You had a bad year for 4 years. I mean, I don't fully hate Zack Ryder, but they just didn't give him a chance at all, pretty much. It's just he's kind of lost in the shuffle. Will Hawkins ever get a win? Who knows? Just a jobber, yeah. Hawkins. Hawkins, well, in this run, I thought Kurt Hawkins had a win against Apollo Crews on SmackDown, though, at one point. I can't when he first came back. I can't remember when it was, but still. Do you remember when Ryder and Hawkins was edge heads? Yeah, I remember. That's why I suggested the idea of maybe them being a tag team again. They were tag champs. Lord and Mrs. Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me. Sorry, where'd the microphone go? This thing's broken. Excuse me. Can't always say too loud. I think Brian will be face again in 2019, but he's just turned heel. Don't think they'll pull the trigger that fast. Yeah, like I said before, because there is a certain feud with Daniel Bryan. Well, a couple feuds I want to see from Daniel Bryan in 2019. But I do think it probably I don't see. I feel by the end of the year, Brian will be a face. So I probably till like Survivor Series or what I'd say he could probably be a face. But again, I definitely think this heel run does have some good mileage in it. But I just feel he's gonna get over with this. Of course, Fickle is gonna get over big time. Yeah, Fickle. Styles going to heel after attacking Vince. I have no clue. But I would want to say no because I want to see him and Orton feud for WrestleMania season, and I feel Orton should be the heel, Styles being the face. Have Ruby stay heel but get rid of the Riot Squad. They could again just to keep her heel. I mean, she's fine by herself, but I wouldn't mind seeing her turn face either because the women's divisions could use some faces. Like I literally calculated out. Like the balance again. I forgot how it was between heels and faces, and there were so many more heels and faces, so they need to balance that out. Natty turning heel or Ronda. At this point, I gotta say Ronda. I feel like with what happened with Natty's father, I'd say not yet. I feel like Ronda should be the heel. I think because of course it was the horsewomen are gonna be heels also. Mandy rumored to get a major push. Love me some Mandy Rose, of course. Lauren thinks that Owens and Zayn will return as faces and become a team, which wouldn't be a bad idea still. Yeah, it is good news for me, for sure. Bella's retiring soon. I think it's possible. I don't know. Like, what else do they really have left to do besides their reality shows? But I feel like, they're probably not going to be back anytime soon. Yeah. Sorry about what, Lauren? You're fine. Bella's and Iconics still think should happen. Owens and Bryan would be a good feud. Owens and Styles. I like to see them, try again, because I feel like, the matches they had in 2017 were good, but could have been better. Well, their Battleground match I thought was bad. That ending was so weird, but yeah. Owens and Rollins have had good matches. Owens and Orton feel can have good matches as well. Cruz sucks. I don't like him. Sorry. Main event needs to end as well. Show is so bad. Never watch it. I watched main event and WWE Superstars one time just to see what it's like. I'm like, this is completely stupid. It's pretty much just like, the Raw or SmackDown pre-show, pretty much, in my opinion. Mark says Bayley turns heel, which could happen. Do you think ECW will return? Probably not. EC3 could be the next John Cena. No. He needs to be EC3. He does not need to be John Cena. He needs to be EC3. She can't stand him, though, which is your opinion, though. You could put Mark Henry with Apollo Crews and Lashley and Big E trying to put together another Nation of Domination. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea at all, Tian Coupon. I like that idea. Show needs to stop turning. Oh, well, he's the king of turns, which I'll respect the show, but I think he's going to retire this year. He needs to retire. Actually, if he retires, I'd say maybe this year or next year, since Mark Henry got into the Hall of Fame this year, what if Big Show gets considered for the Hall of Fame? Let's see here. Chad Gable should have been Angle's son instead of Jordan for sure. Sheldon needs to come out of catering it, or they need to just release him. I agree. Again, if they're not going to do anything again, just release him. Rude was a great heel in Impact and in NXT. Chamber needs to bring back that ruthless aggression with weapons and shit. It would be nice. Rude was always meant to be a heel. Can you see Mike Kanellis being a face? Sometime down the line, I'd say yes, but not yet. But I think, he could maybe turn face sometime this year on 205 Live. Nation Domination Leader Mark Henry members are Cedric Alexander, Apollo Crews, Big E, Lashley, and Velveteen Dream. Man, that'd be a very interesting stable. They're on SmackDown, possibly. I'd say. I've been saying Ollie and Alexander Murphy at 35 for the Cruiserweight Championship with a double turn with Murphy turning face and Alexander turning heel, which again wouldn't be a bad idea either. Elias and a Rock concert at Mania, I would like to see that. That'd be awesome. Dream Stables. I got to think about that one, but that Nation of Domination one was a great idea, Mark. I mean, Tian Couponer. I'd be interested. I should watch it. Any returns at Rumble or Mania? I'm thinking the Rumble, maybe Batista. Some point, hoping The Rock. Well, here, let's do my returns right now real quick. I had a couple listed. Batista, maybe Jericho, The Rock. And I have just Caitlyn, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, of course, all coming back. Not sure who else I'd like to really see return at Rumble or Mania, but I think we will get Batista. I think, either if Triple H is healthy or not, we will get Batista. And maybe we'll get Batista and Orton at Mania if Triple H is not ready to go. But that's what I think. So will SmackDown finally dominate Raw and be the A show? I hope. Trades to Raw, SmackDown, who would you pick? I got those coming shortly. 4 Horsewomen debuting at Mania. Maybe not too sure, but I think they're going to start teasing that. I mean, I say maybe yes, they might start teasing that. Any turns happening at Mania. Maybe Ronda Rousey. Maybe get to another match, in a second, a shortly here, but I see something else maybe happening at Mania. Becky, Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte versus Shayna, Ronda, Nia, and Alexa at Mania. Nah, probably no. I wouldn't say that match, but I don't think the four horsewomen having a match at Mania is going to happen. But the four horsewomen are Becky, Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte, and then Ronda, Shayna, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir. But I feel like that's probably going to happen. That's probably going to happen. Shoot. Like later on this year, though, I still say not Mania though. Miz face turn a bad idea. If the Miz is turning face now with this new alliance with him and Shane, I'd say it's not going to last too long. But then again, if those kind of show Miz is kind of being arrogant, one more like a tweener, maybe again we'll see what happens with that. We probably will get a match of Shane and Miz at WrestleMania 35. Sorry I had so many questions. Don't know if it's annoying you. You're fine, Lauren. Don't worry. Joshi. I don't know if TNQ part ever been called Joshi before. Of course, I hate when people call me Mikey, but I grew up being called that all the time. There's how many Mikes in my family, but people who know me for a long time still call me that, but who knows? But I prefer Mike. Dollar General has a buy one get two free toy sale on blue and yellow dots this week. Buy one get one free. Very interesting. Next face of WWE. I mean, I feel Seth Rollins will become the man. I mean, of course, I've heard rumor people said that Velveteen Dream maybe the next like Roman Reigns, like treated superstar, which would suck because I love the Velveteen Dream. So maybe one of those two. More successful heels or faces. Right now it feels like heels. Worst on the mic of all time. Oh goodness, who on earth? Not Sami Zayn. When Sammy's given the right material to work with, he is great on the microphone. Bobby Lashley is pretty bad on the microphone. Kalisto. No. Worst of all time, Nia Jax. Mine! Oh my God. Hey, I'm Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna beat up Ronda Rousey at TLC. Oh my God. Like I'm gonna, punch her in the face and be that face breaker. I am so dangerous. I'm gonna teach how it really is to be a woman. Oh, bull crap, you, Nia. Best sadistic stars. I really feel Mandy Rose can pull that off if they book right, but I'm saying maybe Sable, AJ Lee, maybe a couple other ones. I gotta say, tickling my peach here a little bit here with talking about some good-looking women, but Savage and Elizabeth, best couple, good idea. I forgot to mention them. Edge and Vicky too. Couples you wish we could see together or wish we would have seen. Huh, boy. Oh man, trying to think. Who would have I wanted? Who have I wanted to see? I'm not too sure. That's a good one. I'm not too sure about that one. That's a good question. Best Savage moments ever. Randy Savage probably the reunite of him and Elizabeth. The stuff with him and Hogan when the Mega Powers exploded, maybe. SmackDown faction. Bryan, heel DIY, and Samoa Joe. Especially a heel DIY would work excellent. This excellent for sure. Superstars who were most deserving to never win Superstar of the Year. Oh, that's a tough one. I think about that. Asuka Nakamura as a stable would be interesting. Maybe. Do you think we'll get a Shield triple threat at Mania in 2020? When Roman comes back, maybe. It's possible. We'll see. Reasons why Triple H should take over WWE. There's a lot of reasons why. I'd rather have Vicky than Vince, to be honest. Probably at this point, yes. We should see Bryan versus Mysterio as well, which would be a bad idea. Bryan and Cena, maybe. Bryan and Orton, possibly. Joe and Bryan, we still got to see. Jeff and Bryan, we saw on SmackDown. Maybe give them a pay-per-view match, sure. Miz and Bryan, probably not again in 2019. Who's going to have a long title run this year? Oh, boy. I had a couple people in mind for a long title run. I can't remember, who it was I had in mind. I'd say Undisputed Era, if they win the Raw tag titles this year, should get a long title run with that. Maybe Becky Lynch or Asuka also could get a long title run, I'd say. I'd say post WrestleMania for the rest of 2019 would probably get like Drew and Seth getting lengthy title reigns, I'd say. some of them I gotta say we should be getting title reigns. Predict that Fickle should be the #1 T-shirt of 2019 for sure. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, that should be a good match. 2018 was a great year for Becky. Well, actually, I said 2028. Lauren, don't rush time really quickly. I know you meant to say 2018. Was a great year for Becky and Seth. They were my stars of the year, she feels, which on main roster, yes. Lesnar and Rock, I don't trust Lesnar, though, so unless that's the case. Seth and AJ is still what my biggest dream match right now. Like, that's, of all the matches in WWE, that's the match I want to see. Like, #1 right now is Seth and AJ. Has to happen sometime. It has to be a main event match. Who will induct Big Show? Maybe Mark Henry? Maurice or Maria? Oh, God, that's a tough one. So Maria's hot. Maurice is hot. But Maria, oh, my goodness. I still cannot get over when her and Mike Kanellis made their 205 Live debut. And Maria came out in that really good-looking black dress. I was just like, hey, Mike, can we switch last names for the night? Oh, man, that's a tough one. Heavy Machinery and AO and Authors of Pain. Maybe we'll get to that one, get to my predictions there. But it could be a bad idea. I mean, they had a match in NXT. If Becky versus Ronda won't main event Mania 35 and Brock does, I'll be pissed. The only way I will accept Brock main eventing WrestleMania 35 is if Seth Rollins beats him for the title. That's the only way I will accept it. But if not, then I'd be pissed as well. Triple H may not be back in time for Mania, which I've heard. Orton and Batista wouldn't be a bad idea. Instead, VC3 goes to Raw. His opponents could be Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, Cena, John Cena SmackDown. Maybe AJ Styles would be a bad idea. What's up, Team Skyway? Becky versus Cena this Tuesday. What? That'd be weird, but please no spoilers. I haven't read any spoilers yet. Mike have been called Joshy a lot. No big deal. No worries again. WWE doesn't do intergender matches. Well, unless if you're James Ellsworth, we saw him get kicked the crap out by Asuka most of the year, which sucked. Roman Reigns and Tater Tots. Oh, man. Just saw a video of the live tour where Becky threw Cena out of the ring. What? Holy crap. Roman Reigns and Tater Tots is funny. Did you hear Rock bought his mom a house for Christmas? Dang! Such a lucky to have him as a son. That was definitely nice of her. Becky said to Cena, Nikki isn't the only woman who will drop you this year. Dang! That was savage. It sounds like Becky's still a heel. Who knows? But we'll see, of course, in the upcoming weeks. Best couples are Steph and Triple H, Edge and Lita. Well, that's right, Edge and Lita for sure. Miz and Maurice, Morrison, Melina, Jeff and Trish. Jeff and Trish were a thing one time. I didn't know that. Have to watch that, Team Skyway. What network will carry the XFL? I don't know, and I do not care. Couples I wish we've seen are Cena and Tori, Orton and Mickey. Oh boy, Psycho Mickey and you know, like Psychotic Orton would be funny. Kelly and Punk, interesting. Candice and Jeff. Maria and Cena, Kelly and Orton, Nakamura and Asuka. Andrade and Zelina as well. We got to get past a black mass for that one. Did you know Sable and Brock are married? Oh, I knew that for sure. Brock is quite a lucky guy, though, with that. How much longer will Brock hold the title? Either till Rumble or Mania. After that, no more. Best managers of all time. Definitely Paul Heyman. Maybe Vicky Guerrero, but definitely Paul Heyman. Hopefully lose the title at Mania or sooner than that. Who takes the title? Who takes the title from Brock? Either Strowman at Rumble, if not, then Rollins or McIntyre at Mania. I gotta say. I would accept Styles being Lesnar also at Mania as well. I wish WWE would do intergender matches. Because I believe the women could hold their own. For sure, I gotta say, some would work for sure. Worst gimmick matches. I still think anything on a pole is awful. I've heard about, I never seen it, but I heard about there was a match with Al Snow and I think Big Boss Man in a Kennel from Hell match. So I heard that was pretty bad. Um, what else was bad? Punjabi prison matches suck. But I gotta do a stream on that one for sure. Let's see here. Best gimmick matches: 3 Stages of Hell, Hell in a Cell, couple more. Let's see here. Females who wear too much makeup. Oh man, could be a few of them again. No offense, sometimes Paige can do that. Let me see here. Best NXT match of the year, I'm still saying is Gargano and Ciampa's Chicago street fight. NXT Star of the Year, either Ciampa or Gargano. Can't decide between 2 of them. SmackDown Star of the Year, gotta say AJ. Raw Star of the Year is definitely Seth. 205 Live Star of the Year, Buddy Murphy. Will Mandy Rose get the women's title? If she does get the right push, I'd say sometime later in 2019, but she needs to be built up first, I'd say. But I'll get back to more stuff in the live. Wait, worst plastic surgeries and buttock embolics in WWE? I don't know what you're talking about there, Lauren. But I'll get back to those, to more of my notes here. So we've already talked about turns. I mentioned some returns already with Batista, maybe Chris Jericho, The Rock, Caitlyn, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. I think then I will let's talk about a few of call-ups also, I gotta say. Obviously that we've announced a few already. I'll go through my list here. Who I see going to Raw? Aleister Black. I mean, I want to see him go to SmackDown, but I'm thinking Randy Orton's going to go to Raw, and I feel a good first feud for Aleister Black could be him and Randy Orton, the Black Mask and the Viper. I think, that would be a great feud between them. Of course, Jessamine Duke, Maria Shafir, and Shayna Baszler are all going to Raw. I mean, I know rumors have it that Ronda Rousey, Fox wants Ronda Rousey on SmackDown, but only way I could have seen that happen is if she would have dropped the title to Nia Jax at TLC. I would have thought that Ronda was going to win the Royal Rumble match. But I feel like Becky Lynch just needs the Royal Rumble victory more. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I feel, that Ronda will stay on Raw and the Horsewoman will be on there. They may split up, the WWE 4 Horsewoman a little bit, but they will reunite because, obviously, here's the thing also, think about this too, for the 4 Horsewomen match. Obviously, the 4 Horsewomen of MMA have, a strong bond. The 4 Horsewomen of WWE has had history with all 4 of them. So they obviously have their tensions with one another, and the dynamics not all being the same could play along in the story. And keep them on separate brands also could be the case as well. I see that happening. Cassius Ohno, I for some reason see being a Raw guy. When Lacey Evans she's coming up, which I don't think she's ready, but she apparently is going to be coming up. I think she'll go to Raw. I don't think I can see her just going to Raw and being, one of Vince's prime ladies because she's blonde and yeah, she looks good in some days, but she's still not one of my favorites. I see Lars Sullivan going to Raw. Now here's the thing. Well, Undisputed Era, I said I think they're probably going to go to Raw, put more depth in that tag team division. Now, when Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano come up, again, I don't know what's going to happen with them this year. I don't know if they're going to have them finish their feud in NXT or if they'll somehow, come to the main roster, kind of like, of a unit together. And then eventually Johnny Gargano will, turn on Tommaso Ciampa, and just, finally, put an end to his misery. And I want to see Johnny on SmackDown. But they could do what I was pitching for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at SummerSlam 2016 that they didn't do in the end, is at some point they'll have an I Quit match this year and the loser goes to the opposing brand. Because as I keep saying, this feud between these two feels like okay, if Ciampa just loses the title to Gargano, but he goes to the main roster, how's that gonna make Johnny look like a winner? In my opinion, I don't know why. It's 2 people I feel like has to have some type of story for them getting to the main roster. Not just typical, you're done in NXT, go to the main roster. This guy has some finished business right here. No, both of them can go to SmackDown. but Johnny Gargano could win the match and send Tommaso Ciampa to Raw. That's what I'm going to say. Where that doesn't have to be right after WrestleMania, but it could be. Who knows? For SmackDown, I think EC3 will go to SmackDown. Heavy Machinery, I want to see them on SmackDown as well. Maybe I even have what I can see happening with the SmackDown tag team division is maybe Miz and Shane will have a brief run of the tag titles, but then drop them maybe like Sanity maybe, and eventually maybe Heavy Machinery can take them from Sanity. Who knows? Johnny Gargano on SmackDown because I want to see a feud, even if it's not. It probably won't be for the WWE Championship, but I want to see a feud with Johnny Gargano and Daniel Bryan. And since Johnny's probably going to go back to a full-fledged baby face at some point in 2019, while Daniel Bryan's still heel, I want to see that match. Even if it's not for a title, which I don't think it will be, I want to see that match. Johnny Gargano and Daniel Bryan. I want to see that match at some point this year. Now, Kairi Sane, I want to see go to SmackDown. And what I was thinking is obviously Charlotte and Becky are going after Ronda. So who's there really going to be there to face for Asuka? Well, I think an iconic moment for WrestleMania could be a match with Asuka and Kairi Sane for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Because I've always wanted to see that match. I've wanted to see it. Yes, they didn't build up Kairi Sane as the next Asuka like I thought they were going to do when she first came to NXT, which is fine with me because not everybody has to be an Asuka, but kind of like the same where they have the same heritage, they both represent the same country, and they want to make a WrestleMania statement, and Kairi wants to prove that she could have been the one to end Asuka's streak when she was in NXT or something like this. That simple story I pitched for even Evolution last year. That what if we do that at WrestleMania? I mean, we could do Nikki Cross and Asuka, but other than that, again, I don't think Asuka's going to be dropping the SmackDown Women's title anytime soon. I don't think there's anybody else who's really ready to carry the women's division right now. If Charlotte or Becky or even both of them go to Raw, but both of them are at least going to be fighting for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I see, but what if what if we get that match and maybe after the match Asuka could turn heel or something like that on Kairi or something like that. If Kairi beat Asuka or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think Kairi's going to turn heel yet. But another match involving Kairi Sane, I think we should get sometime in the next few months. Even if it's a match at TakeOver Brooklyn 5, heck, the weekend of WrestleMania pay-per-view. Because if Kairi Sane does go up and have a match at WrestleMania, what if it's kind of like the situation with how Finn Shinsuke Nakamura wanted to prove that he was worthy of being a top star by beating one of his good friends in Finn Balor right before Finn Balor left for the main roster. What if they have a match TakeOver Brooklyn 5, or whatever you want to call it again, between Kairi Sane and Io Shirai as well, just to give Io a big win. And what if Kairi will win the title that weekend also off of Asuka and have a great match at WrestleMania where she wins it or loses it? But that's what I want to see happen. But Nikki Cross, since Sandy's on SmackDown, I think she's going to go to SmackDown. Pete Dunne, let's see go to SmackDown probably later in the year. And Velveteen Dream, I say, will go to SmackDown also, in my opinion. But that's for call-ups. Superstar. I'll do the shakeup in a second. Let's talk about my releases really quick here, and then I'll have the Superstar shakeup still left I want to talk about, and then some early WrestleMania matches I'm going to throw out, or a couple feuds, other feuds I'm going to throw out there also. So we'll get this out of it. But let me talk about my releases or retirements. I think the Ascension will be released because what have they done? I'm surprised they haven't been released yet. I think they're done. Aiden English I can see leaving also. Big Show retiring. Brock Lesnar going bye-bye because I'm sick of him. The Colognes, why are they still around? Same with Dana Brooke. I think Dolph Ziggler is going to be done also. What else is he going to have to do after his feud with McIntyre ends? Goldust's going to retire. Kane's going to be done. I think Jeff and Matt are going to retire also. I've been satisfied with their run back, but let's be real, their body's starting to break down on them for sure. Sin Cara, I don't think he's going to last. Tamina, hit the road. And Undertaker, I think, is going to finally retire this year also. But that is that. So again, we have Superstar Shakeup, early WrestleMania matches, and some other feuds. Actually, I'll do the live chat, and I'll do some of my early WrestleMania predictions of predicted matches. I'm going to say, and then I'll do the Superstar Shakeup and just some other feuds I want to mention I want to see happen this year as well. So let's check the live chat. And let's see here. Let me see here. Who will win the Super Bowl? I don't know, but it's definitely not the Steelers. They didn't win today. Well, they won today, but Baltimore won, so it knocked them out of the playoffs. Thanks to that stupid Titans to the Browns. Congrats on the Browns fans having the better year. I have no clue who's won a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not really much of a big football fan, but I think my one cousin is predicting the Saints. Maybe I'll probably go with the Saints also. WWE, I bet receives a discount on plastic surgeries. Maybe, who knows? Are you gonna watch Wrestle Kingdom? I don't really watch New Japan, so probably not. I meant like boob jobs and facelifts for that above question. Not too sure, honestly. I can't really think of too many bad ones. If Orr does go to Raw, hopefully he won't get ruined, but I'd love to see him feud with Black, which I think would be a good feud for Aleister Black, I feel. Ronda versus Becky needs to happen at Rumble instead of Mania, Team Skyway says. That's your opinion. Becky may go to Raw, but Ronda is rumored to go to SmackDown, which, again, I'm still trying to, think of how that would work, though. Top 10 Mike's favorite women's wrestlers. I think I kind of did that one time as well. Well, actually, I did my best. Who were my best looking female wrestlers? I don't think I've ever done my actual top 10 of like who are my favorite women's wrestlers and my favorite men's wrestlers. I probably should do that one time. Favorite Miz movie. Haven't really seen any yet, but I definitely will check them out. WWE stars who played their partners and turned on them. Oh boy, there was several that did that. Man, AJ Lee turned on John Cena. Trish turning on Chris Jericho for Christian. Oh gosh, who else did we get? Well, the stuff with AJ Lee, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk was crazy. I did crazy chicks, as CM Punk would say. Geez, who else? There's a lot of them. Well, Stephanie and Triple H did had their breakup on TV, years and years ago. But we all know that they're married now, so they can't continue that on. Man, but yeah, there was a lot of them, I gotta say. Let's see here. Heel DIY versus Owens and Zayn will be a good match. Gargano needs to go to SmackDown for sure. Nikki to SmackDown. Gargano may go to 205 Live. Maybe. Who knows? You don't think Bryan will be champ at Mania? I would like to see him go into Mania as champion, honestly. I would like to see it. I don't know if he'll retain there or not, but I think he should go into Mania as champion. The New Day as SmackDown Live new commentary team. Maybe, I'm not sure. Lauren agrees to go to SmackDown. Kyrie should go to SmackDown. Shayna the Raw, I think so. Tony Storm to SmackDown. I wouldn't say Tony's coming up this year, but maybe SmackDown for sure. We'll see what happens later on in the year. Kyrie versus Asuka is a great idea. Adam Cole to SmackDown Live. Probably not this year. Probably at least be on Raw unless they decide to split the Undisputed Era in 2020, I'd say. But yeah. Dream to Raw. I'd see Dream to SmackDown. Ember Moon to SmackDown to continue the feud from NXT with Asuka would be a good idea. I'd say Undisputed Era to Raw. Kyrie. Lawrence is very excited about the Kyrie and Asuka match. It will be a match for the ages. She likes it better though. Anyone getting demoted to NXT, in your opinion? People who should get demoted to NXT: Apollo Crews, probably too early. Dana Brooke, No Way Jose. Also, I mean, it's not going to really do much either way anyway. No Way Jose's not going to do much anyway. No way, Jose. I don't know what the heck I'm saying here. Who else? Tyler Breeze going back to NXT honestly wouldn't be a bad idea either. The Revival continue to book like crap, put them back on NXT. Just a couple I'd say just to throw out there. Is SmackDown Live moving the Fridays a good idea? I don't know I don't know if moving the Fridays is good because everybody likes to go out on a Friday night. Who's gonna want to stay home and watch a wrestling show on Friday? Unless you're with a group of friends who like to watch wrestling, which I don't have too many of those people who like to watch wrestling anymore. But I don't know if Friday was the best. Maybe Thursday, but I don't know if Friday was the best idea. Io Shirai to Raw. I don't think Io's coming up this year, but again, we'll see what happens, in 2020. Will SmackDown be live on Fridays though? It will be live, and I thought I read a rumor the other day, apparently that it will be live for people on the West Coast also. Because right now, Raw and SmackDown are not live on the West Coast. Like they're still showing at 8 o'clock their time though. I've heard rumors of. Not sure if it's true or not. Excuse me. Since McMahon's crap, I missed it. Since the McMahons are in charge, it is superstars shake down for sure. Robbie back 2 hours would be awesome. If Cena ever turns heel, should Nikki be his valet? Might work actually. Who knows? Well, then again, they're broken up now, so who knows? Lauren says Heath Slater, Rhino, Dana Brooke, and Revival will be released, which could happen. But because the main roster did ruin the Revival. Let's see. People says retirements, Taker, Kane, and Show, which is true. Who'd you say for releases and retirements? I said Ascension being released, Aiden English getting released, Big Show retiring, Brock Lesnar, well, just leaving, the Colognes being released, Dana Brooke being released, Dolph Ziggler probably quitting, Goldust retiring, Kane retiring, the Hardy Boys retiring sometime later this year, Sin Cara being released, Tamina getting released, and Undertaker retiring. That's my list for that. Commentators who need replacements. Good question here. Maybe Byron. Tom Phillips is okay. He's not amazing, but he's okay. Corey Graves is all right, but I lost a little bit of respect for him with those punk comments. Renee Young's okay also. I mean, she's not amazing, but she's good. But of course, the stuff with Ambrose gets awkward. Let's see here. Best looking stars of all time. Oh gosh, I've already kind of gone over that before, but for me, it's probably Paige, Mandy Rose, Mickie James. Can't deny that the Bella twins are. It's thought Emma was good looking. A non-WWE star who I really am attracted to is Tessa Blanchard also. Deonna Purrazzo, I like her. Mickie James, I haven't said one so. And Alexa Bliss is pretty fine, I shall say. I'm trying to remember who else I had on that list I did a couple months ago. Peyton Royce, oh God, dear. We just talked about her and Mandy Rose being a team the other night. I can't remember what exactly you call it, TN Couponer, but just name a few, I gotta say. Let me see here. Yeah, Colts won, so Pittsburgh is out, but if the Titans and Colts would have tied, Pittsburgh would be in the playoffs. I heard also if we watched depend on if Baltimore won, but Baltimore won today, so that's what kicked us out, I heard. Female and male, I know you don't do male, but it's just a question. Oh, yeah, I know. I still don't know. Top 10 women's wrestlers who Mike would date. Oh my goodness. Not a can't say that too loud because my dad would hate what you said there, Lauren, about not being a fan of the Steelers. But I'm not much of a football fan either, so don't worry. The Marine film or 12 rounds films, never seen those. Top turns ever. We talked about those already before. AJ and Punk, I never thought would marry in real life, but they fell in love on screen, just like Seth and Triple H did. Best movie of 2018. I'm trying to think. Who was the best movie I saw? I think the best movie I saw this year, I thought, was Mission Impossible. I got the new Mission Impossible, I gotta say. Punk and AJ were only dating for a year before becoming engaged in 2013. I've heard worse for that. And we're married 6 months later, which is not too bad. Of 2014, he was fired on his wedding day. Let's see here. Sorry about the Cowboys before, no worries. I feel bad for Breeze too. He was definitely awesome. Dean and Renee as a heel team would be awesome. What year is the best Royal Rumble? I'd say honestly, probably 92 when Flair won it, the performance he had there, or even 2004 with Benoit, said that name. I mean, my personal favorites, you know, I still like, I mean, even though it wasn't a great Rumble, the 2014 Rumble, because I was there live for that. 2016 was good. And even last year's this patch is pretty good as well. Gimmicks that ruined WWE careers, that's all. Some of these I'll have to think about and come back to you later. Goddesses of Wrestling is Rose and Royce for sure. Past and NXT female superstars who we could see at the Royal Rumble. Trying to think. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a lot of good questions here, guys, but I have to think about some of these a little bit more, but I appreciate you guys asking me the questions there. But actually, if you want to save some of them for my Q&A tomorrow, you may ask me then also. But I want to try to wrap up this video, but keep your thoughts coming in the live chat, guys. But so I believe what I have left to do is my early WrestleMania 35 matches, my Superstar Shakeup predictions, and some other feuds I want to point out for the rest of the year. So, you know, for WrestleMania, I did not think of any matches for the tag titles. There's a lot of, non-wrestling feuds I want to have on the show too. So I didn't have any tag title matches, but I think we will get maybe Buddy Murphy and maybe Lio Rush. Since I would say Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander, since Mustafa Ali is now on SmackDown. I'm not sure if we'll get him for the Cruiserweight Championship now, but I think we could get Buddy Murphy and Lio Rush for the Cruiserweight Championship, Andre the Giant, and Women's Battle Royale as well. On the main card, though, I have a match with I think he will dethrone Rusev. I think we will see Andrade Cien Almas take on Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship, with Almas retaining. I think that could be a great opening match there. They had a great match on SmackDown recently. I think we will get Shane McMahon and The Miz. Now, here's why I see the long-term booking. If Seth Rollins does not win the Royal Rumble, he has to face Dean Ambrose in a 3 Stages of Hell match at WrestleMania 35, which that's a match later on this card. But I don't think the IC title will be involved in it. I think, there won't be any title involved in this match. And hopefully we build up a lot better, and the match will be a ton better than their TLC match at TLC. But I think a good person for Dean Ambrose to drop the title to would be Elias. And then I'd say, I couldn't think of who would really give, Elias a matchup, but to put him over at WrestleMania, I mean, even if, of course, if he does like the Rock concert, I think he would be the Intercontinental Champion of WrestleMania, and he could beat Baron Corbin or something like that for the IC title, because I think Elias could go to SmackDown, but again, of course, who's coming to Raw without the Superstar Share predictions, but that's kind of like a throwaway match. I think, I don't want to see Brock Lesnar. So if Seth's going to face Dean, I think we should get Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre, with Strowman coming in as Universal Champion, but McIntyre beats Strowman for the title. I talked about my match idea for Asuka and Kairi Sane for the SmackDown Women's Championship. John Cena and Samoa Joe, Batista and Triple H. Now, Daniel Bryan is tough, because I wanted to say Daniel Bryan and maybe him and John Cena, maybe Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels, I've heard rumors of. I thought a couple other people I thought Bryan could face with the championship on the line at WrestleMania. But another idea, maybe, like, what if Finn Balor wins the Royal Rumble and he wants to face Bryan for the title? If not, then I'm having Finn going to SmackDown. He will feud with Bryan for a time. He can be the one to dethrone Bryan for the championship if you wanted to have that happen. I think it's time for Finn to have a little bit of change of scenery. So why not have him go to SmackDown? And even if he wins the title, wins the Rumble, wants to feud with Bryan for the title, that's a possibility also. A couple change of possibilities. Or as I already said, Rollins and Ambrose, 3 Stages of Hell, because Dean's character is just too fresh and not even have him on the card. AJ Styles and Randy Orton for sure, I think, should happen. And my main event, again, is Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte in the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. For Superstar Shakeup predictions, here's what I'm seeing so far happening for the Superstar Shakeup. Going to Raw, even though he'll be released later this year, Aiden English. And I think with Andrade Cien Almas being United States champion and Elias being Intercontinental champion, I think they will switch mid-card champions. Andrade will go to Raw. Of course, Zelina Vega will go with him. And Elias will go to SmackDown. Becky Lynch probably coming to Raw because I see her beating Ronda at WrestleMania. The Bludgeon Brothers, when they return, could come to Raw. And I wouldn't mind seeing if they wanted to, have Harper and Rowan, being the tag title picture. Even if they want to go as far as having, a match against a team of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, could be interesting maybe to try that as well. But I don't want to see the Wyatt family all get back together again because we've seen that happen too many times. But if they want to do a match with the Bludgeon Brothers versus Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt like sometime later this year, I'd be for that. So I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to go to Raw. I feel the Miz is going to go to Raw, back to Raw. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I feel he mainly went to SmackDown because of what his history with Daniel Bryan, but now that's kind of like, even if it didn't end how I wanted to, it's kind of pushed off to the side like it did. It kind of end on a wet fart. I feel like he's more better off just going back to Raw. I feel I think New Day should go to Raw also. It's time to split up New Day and the Usos, but I still see the Usos just being a SmackDown team. So I think it's time to put New Day on Raw. Of course, Biggie get a singles push on there. Randy Orton I see going to Raw. I also predicted maybe Shinsuke Nakamura, Shelton Benjamin, and I picked one more women's star. I picked Sonya Deville. I don't know why. I mean, I felt like it was time to split her and Mandy Rose up. I don't know if turning one of them face will work at this point for them still. So that's why I kind of split them up with Sonya on Raw, keeping Mandy on SmackDown. And who I see going to SmackDown, Alexa Bliss, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, because I feel like he was booked better on SmackDown than on Raw. Bobby Lashley, I want to see him get a chance to be booked on SmackDown, see what happens. If not, then I say release him. Elias, Finn Balor, the Lucha House Party for the tag team division, and the Revival, Ruby Riott, Sami Zayn, and even if Asuka does not drop the championship to Kairi Sane, or even if Kairi wins it, Sasha Banks, it's time for her to go to SmackDown. It's time to separate her and Bayley. It's time to separate Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's time to separate Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. It's time to separate some people and create some fresh things. Because, of course, some of the feuds I got to mention. Of course, I want to mention based off this superstar shakeup. Of course, again, I want to see Andrade go to Raw. Maybe Aleister Black could eventually dethrone him for the United States Championship, or I don't know. I don't see Andrade turning face down and drop it to Ciampa. But I think like Pete Dunne could eventually be someone to dethrone. If Pete Dunne does go to SmackDown, he could get like an IC title run by defeating Elias maybe, or EC3 if he turns heel maybe, or Johnny Gargano can have a run with Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne feuding for the IC title, or even like Velveteen Dream get involved with the mid card title or get into the main event scene. Like there's a lot of possibilities, definitely for sure. Heavy Machinery can eventually, if I said before, Miz and Shane, dethroning, the Bar, and then, Miz and Shane are dethroned by Sandy. Maybe Heavy Machinery could be the ones to dethrone, Sandy. Maybe, we'll see there, but just some ideas tossing back and forth there. A couple other feuds I see happen. I'll check the live chat one more time. Then we're going to close this one out because I've talked a lot, but it's been a pretty good stream, I say, guys. Again, I think we'll get Eddie Dennis dethroning Pete Dunne for the NXT UK Championship. I think we will get Mustache Dash Mountain winning the NXT UK tag titles, but then Gallus will eventually defeat them with the team of Mark Coffey, Wolfgang, and Joe Coffey. I would like to see when Tegan Nox from the Mae Young Classic is healthy again. I think the right move for her to do is go to NXT UK and be the one to dethrone Rhea Ripley. That would be very interesting, I feel, for sure. I think Bianca Belair and Io Shirai will get some runs get a couple runs will be the ones to hold the NXT Women's Championship this year. I'd see Daniel Bryan, maybe like Finn Balor, a couple of people have run the WWE title on SmackDown. Raw again, I think it's going to be Seth Rollins and McIntyre holding the Universal title after they finally get off of Brock. Raw tag champions again could be the Bludgeon Brothers. Undisputed. I think Undisputed Era, I feel, should keep the tag titles for most of the year. Just my opinion. That should be the case for them. You know, as I said before, your U.S. title could be like Andrade Cien Almas. Could drop to like, you know, Aleister Black or a few other, you know, new stars from NXT on there. We might see, you know, the idea that Robbie pitched a couple months ago, Cassius Ohno and a Braun Strowman feud. You know, there's a lot of possibilities for sure. You know, Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali with Cedric Alexander as a heel on SmackDown would be an awesome feud as well. Even if that eventually turns into like, you know, an IC title feud or even like a world championship feud, like, you know, in 2020 or something like that. There's a lot of possibilities there. Again, I already mentioned Orton and Black, the Four Horsewomen, Bryan and Gargano. You know, of course, Styles and Orton. You know, there's a lot definitely to be said for these predictions for sure. And, you know, it could be, hopefully, if booked right, could definitely be an interesting year for the WWE for sure, if they actually try. Can't make any guarantees for that, but who knows? But with that said, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream here as I'm starting to get a little burned out, but I will check out the live chat one last time. Before I check out the live chat one last time, I will just, you know, put over, you know, what's happening tomorrow as we are getting to the final 24 hours of 2018. Once again, as I said before, iffy year for me, but, you know, I'm looking to hopefully just turn the page after a fresh start in 2019. But so what's going to happen tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, it's just one stream. Not sure when it will happen tomorrow, but it will be the end of the year / 1,000 subscribers Q&A celebration when we also recap the channel and just talk about what's next coming up. You know, maybe share any New Year's resolutions or whatnot. And just, you know, again, if you did not submit any questions on the open forum in the video I posted last week, you can feel free to ask me any questions you want tomorrow. Because as I always say, just keep them appropriate. Don't ask me anything too personal. I'm not here to discuss politics on this channel, so no politics at all whatsoever. You know, talking about sports, video games, you know, some stuff about me, but I don't want to reveal too much personal information about me, of course. But again, just have fun, celebrate 1,000 subscribers, celebrate, you know, another year, just talk about what all we did this year. And again, just see what the plan is going forward for this channel as well. As you know, as I keep saying, I'm not going anywhere soon, guys. So yeah, I look forward to definitely, you know, wrapping up the year tomorrow with that video and then celebrating the new year. Boy, it's going to be a crazy day tomorrow. But of course, you know, we'll finally be wrapping up these streams and wrapping up 2018. So let's check the live chat and see what people have to say before we check out. Where were we at here? Ciampa Gargano NXT title match inside Hell in a Cell at Mania would be awesome. I have not seen Southpaw Wrestling Season 3. Mania predictions: Rusev, Andrade, Mysterio, Nakamura for U.S. title. Elias and Rock in a concert. Alexander Murphy and Mike Kanellis for the Crew title. Interesting. Rollins and Lesnar and Cena and Joe and Orton and Styles, which would be a bad idea. Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles. If Shawn Michaels has ever WrestleMania, that'd be awesome. Brian Bauer's a good idea. Who do you think was the original plans? What do you think was the original plans for the Mixed Match Challenge? Honestly, I do not know. And again, I didn't watch the Mixed Match Challenge, so I have no clue. Lauren is saying Brian and HBK for the WWE title, Triple H versus Batista, Bar and Sanity for SmackDown Tag Titles would be a bad idea. Ronda and Becky for the Raw Women's Championship, Asuka and Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Team Too Happy versus Asuka Payne and the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Probably a pre-show match there. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Universal Champion 2019. That's his bold prediction. What's up, Jay? That would be that wouldn't be bad either for any of those three getting wrong with that. Also, Miz versus Shane and Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Interesting. Lauren's going to go get some coffee. Gotta remember, if people go to Raw, they better be booked good for sure. She's like, getting tired of doing her stream tomorrow. Just put that over. Bobby Lashley changed to SmackDown will do nothing for him. He is a charisma vacuum and he is unfixable, which could be proven if they do try him on SmackDown. But again, we'll see. Again, if Bobby Lashley can't do anything on SmackDown, then again, he needs to go. This run, his return for him, I'm sorry, it's just been an absolute waste of freaking time. and I feel bad for him. Yep, all that. Styles and Rude. If he's booked better, yeah. Are you gonna watch the NXT UK pay-per-view? Yes, I will be. I think Lashley needs to be silent but violent. No, not more butt poses. Yeah, that's a problem there. He needs to be a silent badass, but not be, just out there showing off. As like, we've seen that how many times? All he does in this match is just show it off. They're slow, they're boring, and I don't care. I don't care. I love it. Well, I don't love it, but that's bad time to start singing that song. Anyways, great stream. Gonna go get ready for bed. See you next stream. Pie or cake? I'd say maybe pie for heck of it. A tree and a kissy face from Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Corey Graves enjoyed Lashley's butt poses for sure. That's ridiculous. Favorite kind of donut? Maple frosting with some sprinkles on it, I'd say is my favorite donut. Some people were starting to check out for sure. Let's say Happy New Year as well. So yeah, I think everybody else checking out. So I think I will check out too. But guys, thank you for joining me live for talking about some of my bold predictions for 2019. But yeah, again, guys. So tomorrow, again, I'm sorry. Again, I've been taking a break from the video game Let's Plays. Again, the Backyard Baseball and Harry Potter, and my next Wolfenstein Let's Play, and my baseball video game stuff. Again, it's just the holidays been busy. They've been crazy. And I finally felt the other day, I felt, you know what, I just have some time to sit down, just veg and relax. So that's why I've been focusing on just these streams, not just overwhelming myself. I just want to just relax, enjoy a few days of my holiday and whatnot. Still, I know the holiday's pretty much about wrapping up, and it's about time we start getting back to some serious business as well, especially to start the new year. I want to start out fresh and whatnot, continue, find my path still of where I'm going, down the road. Again, as I always say, I'm just a 25-year-old guy just determined to, figure out where I'm supposed to be in life pretty much. But, so again, I will start those up after the new year. So again, tomorrow, not sure when, might be tomorrow afternoon. If not, I'd say early evening, I will do my live Q&A. Again, it's to celebrate the end of the year, 1,000 subscribers, recapping the channel this year, and then, of course, give my final thoughts on 2018 before moving on to 2019. So, guys, once again, if you have any other bold predictions you have for 2019, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe or comment on my channel. You may also follow me on Twitter at TheManAirborne83. And that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow for the final day of 2018. I just spit on my computer, my other computer. But it's okay. But until then, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. I don't know what I'm saying now, but I'm checking out, guys, before I say anything else stupid. So until then, guys, have a great night. Get some rest. Be ready for the Q&A tomorrow. And peace out, everybody.